Onije, Ekedenge, welcome to this channel. My name is Somto Chukum and I discuss Igbo spirituality and Igbo cosmology. For today, I'm going to teach us the correct way how we open this alligator pepper osoji. This is an osoji alligator pepper. So in case you've never seen this thing before, this is how osoji looks like. This is how it is. And what are the usefulness? Now, in our culture, in our spirituality as in Igbo, we use this osoji to cleanse off our aura. We cleanse off any form of negative aura. Ocho or rahu or bonuke. We use it to cleanse off our aura. So when you want to enter into any sacred space, like an obi, an ancestral shrine, or before you go before the presence, even more the presence of any ancestral Igbo deity or any cosmic force, Iruchi, Irawo, Irundichi, Ndimiri, and all those things, it's essential that you pick up an osoji and use it to cleanse yourself. We call it Eji Osoji Ajocharo. You use this alligator pepper to cleanse off your aura against any form of negativity, any kind of residual negative energy, whether you got it through having intimacy with people that is not somebody that is not your spouse or your significant other. You use this to cleanse off. Now another function is after, let's say very early in the morning, before you bring up your items, your orgy, your white chalk, your edu, you first of all use this alligator pepper to cleanse off anya aura. This is because in our Igbo cosmology, we believe that whenever we go to bed, our consciousness enters into another state that makes it possible for us to be able to dream and be able to see spirits and interact with cosmic forces. This is where ancestors, dead relatives, would be able to pass an information or a message to us. They can be able to communicate with us through those dreams. Now, when you wake up in the morning, it is assumed that you've gotten back to reality. Your consciousness has now come down to the level of functioning within our social space, our environment. And it's essential that the things that you saw, your interactions with the spirits. So it's essential. So before you see us picking up our instrument of Ego, we first of all wear osoji, this alligator pepper, to clean off any residual energy. Whether it is because sometimes even when we are sleeping, we sometimes go into contact with forces that are malignant or negative. This is where somebody will tell you that I dreamt where I was eating, or I dreamt where I was, having an intimate relationship with somebody I don't even know in my dream. So some of these things we perceive them as malignant, as negative. So it's essential that you pick up your alligator pepper to clean off yourself. Now, when you now have intimacy, before you also go to your room, you pick up your alligator pepper to cleanse off your aura. Now, these are the significance, what we use them for. Now, another most important thing is, how do we open an alligator pepper? We don't just bring an alligator pepper and just swipe it open in front. In every practice, in every concept, any spiritual system, there is a process. Like when I talk about the Igbo concept of album, we have the process of album, a process how we interact with this Awu spirit. When we talk about Inyechiri, there is a process. If you talk about Igbo, there is a process of this alchemical configuration. Awu is not just something that it's not something that we just see. There has to be a process, a protocol that made it possible that after the Igbo process, you can be able to give that Obu a command, and the Obu is going to perform the function that you want it to perform for you. The same goes to our osoji. How do we open the osoji? And what are the symbolic meanings behind it? Now, first of all, when you pick your osoji, you have to pick your osoji with your right hand, because this right hand symbolizes positive energy, blessing, strength, and authority. Aki Kengage. This is why you don't give an elder something with your left hand, and equally, you don't receive something with your left hand, because it's perceived that the left hand is symbolic with akoro, something that is negative, an antithesis to the activities of the right hand. It is just what we believe. It is a belief. it's something that exists within our cosmological system. So we see here that you pick your osoji with your right hand and not your left hand. Then you now take the both of your hands, because this pod, to open it is quite hard. So you take your hands behind your back. And it's essential that whenever you want to open, you're performing any form of spiritual ritual, anything, you're saying something. So as you're opening this osoji, you're saying osoji adejiji fele, which means that you're not, as you're opening it and you want to use it for this specific purpose, that nothing bad is going to befall you. This osoji is going to help to cleanse off or alleviate whatever bad thing that is going to come before you. And you could also say that, because when we now take our hands behind our back, what we are also trying to manifest is that if for joy, any bad thing or evil would not happen before us. Let us not see evil or bad things. Let it not manifest, or let it not happen before us. Now, when we not talk about this evil or this bad thing happening before us, what are we trying to say here? For instance, now in our cosmology, it is a taboo for a child to die before the mother or the father. It is a taboo. So when we're now saying that that bad things will not happen before you, what you're trying to say here is that you're not going to be alive to witness things as bad as death to happen. The loss of a child, or someone that you're older than, to die before you. So you're saying these bad things will not happen before you. Rather than it's going to happen before you, let it happen behind you. This is why I say, oh, soldier, EJ fella. So as you've opened your alligator pepper, you can now pick. It does not matter how many seeds you want to pick. You can pick one of the seeds. Some of the seeds is like this. You can pick one of the seeds, or you pick two of the seeds. Then you start the ejocha process. It's your sensory organs, your eye, your mouth, your ear, and your body. So it's just like we want to say, see no evil, hear no evil, and say no evil. It is almost that principle. So you can now start saying that you're cleansing off any bad thing that you've seen with your eye, any bad thing that is you've heard with your ear, or any bad word that came out of your mouth, and anything that is bad at your body. This anything in our wrong. Whether it is a negative spell that somebody sends to you, or the one that the spirit or ancestors that you've offended sent to you, wherever it's coming from, that you're removing those negative spells. Now once you're done saying that you've removed those negative, you will now swipe it around your head 4 times, representing Eke Ori Afo, or the evil for market days. So when you're done swiping it around your head, you could now go outside to a trash bin, your dustbin, or wherever. You now throw it inside that dustbin. I don't encourage people to just discard it, because you don't remove something from your body and now leave it for another person to assimilate. So when you're done with all those things, you can now discard it. Now I like chewing my osoji because it cleanses up, not just it cleanses up my tongue. So I like chewing it, and after chewing it, I blow out the shaft. When it is now pepper in my mouth, I will now throw out the shaft. Now throwing out the shaft is almost the same thing as trying to start cleansing up my inner organs. Now there are 2 health benefits apart from the spiritual benefit and spiritual significance of this osoji. There are 2 health benefits that I've noticed. Now the first one is, if you're in a place and your stomach your stomach is disturbing you, it's having this unrest, get this alligator pepper. Get this alligator pepper and chew it. It is going to alleviate, it is going to give you a lot of relief, especially when you're not in an environment where you can easily rush to the toilet. So when you take this osoji, it is going to give you a lot of relief. And the second one is for pregnant women, because you know that when a one is pregnant, her tongue, she salivates a lot, and she's almost she would want to vomit almost every single time. Her tongue would be bitter, she would just be feeling uncomfortable. But when you chew this osoji, it helps to, it gives you this peppery sensation. It gives you this peppery sensation that is going to alleviate some of the nausea that you're feeling. So if you're pregnant, I recommend you have an alligator pepper beside you. You chew it, and it's going to help to alleviate the nausea and the taste in your mouth. So these are what I have about how to open Osoji and some of the benefits and why we use Osoji within our Igbo cosmological system. So if you want to learn more about these kinds of things, Igbo practices, Igbo cultures, do well to subscribe to this channel, and I hope I gave you value for your data's worth. So see you next time in my next video. Like I said, don't also forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Like I said.